Heads-up race this, with both drivers having the same dial-in. Pair of green lights. Running now to the quarter-mile mark. Bill Wells about 100th better on the tree, and it would not translate to a win. By 7 thou, Cassie Tippy is into round 2. Back out first, Hunter in hot pursuit. John Tabak was the winner in Pro 2 weeks ago, and he's into round 2 as John Tabak knocks out the Ford Falcon. As Rich Dies takes the Transporters Logistics Nova to race Grant Gordon in the four-cycle and Customs Incorporated Dart. As the pair of them look to fire their way up the racetrack. Green bulbs. As they race to the quarter, Ross Walker wins it on a double breakout. Scott got there first, but when 600ths under the dial, Ross Walker only 100th under. Red light start for Jim Banky, a very rare mistake from the wheel standing Barracuda will knock Banky out in round 1 for the second race in a row. This is going to be a close race. These drivers separated by 4 thou on the tree. Double breakout. Ledre got there first, went too quick. Two green bulbs. As Derek Shirk trying to see if he can get out in front of Dennis Winton. Well, Winton got there first, but broke out in the process by 200ths. Craig Johnson will get there first at the quarter mile. Schwartz having to be patient on the starting line. Now is in hot pursuit. Rastad trying to stay out in front. This is a race that might be decided on the starting line, though. And sure enough, Lorenz Schwartz will get there first. Was better by almost 1/10 of a second on the tree. Pair of Dodges running down track, one new, one old. And, well, this is again a race on the start line. Lucas Taggart with not a reaction time he's going to want to talk about all that much, as Veronica Hodgson will easily drive around into the next round. Sean Langley will bring up the Mustang over here, TCS side, and goes red as Steve Baskin will move on into round number 2. Taylor's having to be patient. And quarter mile mark, Douglas on the brakes, but still goes too quick. 18th thou under the mark. Tension the pits, tension the pits. Final call for Sportsman to the lanes. Final call for Sportsman to the lanes. Two green lights on the tree. Darrell Tippy trying to chase after Walter Johnson. Johnson got there first, though. Whole shot win with that one. And a red light start for the Mountain Tire Orco Auto Parts S10. And, well, Chris Stone's got himself another mug. He and Jim could both open up a tavern at this point in time. Trips it with a 4 will net Chris Stone the win. Licensing and hot rod. This is your standby call. That is licensing and old car center hot rod. This is your standby call.
And Copeland in the 16 Subaru, the 1556 dial.
It's a long wait for Bill Wells. We'll see if his patience is rewarded. He did not go red like so many other drivers do when they have to wait that long. Copeland on the brakes, goes under. She heard him coming and went a little too quick. Wells is into the next round. And the diesel pickup trying to stay out in front of Jessica Armstrong was better on the tree. Translate that to a race win as Rob Getz will knock out Jessica Armstrong in round 1. Joel Smith will take the Zapstrap Racing Chevelle to chase after Gary Fawcett in the Plymouth. One of the reaction times quite better than the other, and sure enough, on the double breakout, it'll go the way of Gary Fawcett. As Brandon Piscasek makes his way after Stormy. And quarter breakout for Stormy will give it the way of Piscasek. Stormy got there first, but went under by a 10th and a half, so Piscasek will be into the next round. Well, Mansell had to be patient and was not nearly patient enough. Pair of green lights. This will be a close one. Separated by a mere 0.02 on the tree, but a breakout for McCulley will cede the win to Eric Hansen.
1289 dial.
Both cars running out to the quarter mile. And no dice for Sylvia Hoogstens. Roland Lowen will be into round number 2. Grant Gordon trying to charge after Steve Baskerville. Baskerville goes too quick in the Gulf, and the 2-liter turbo motor going to be knocked out. Gordon to the next round. Langley deep stages the car. And she turns on the red light. Your defending champion is into the second round. Double breakout. Sean Langley will be the lesser offender as Ledre went 3/10 under. Langley only about a 10th and a half. Andy Hatton now charging after John Jenkins down the racetrack. And a bit of a lift at the top end, and that'll get him the win. As John Jenkins cannot stay out in front. Well, you want a close race? This is a close race. Separated by just 7/10,000ths on the tree. Christensen got there first, but went under in the process. Dan Parsons knocks out the defending champion. Two green lights. Bond in hot pursuit of Robinson. Can the door slam again around the roadster? It does not. Robinson got there first, but went 7 thou under the dial. Quarter mile. Scott Robinson gets there first. Martin Rochelle with another breakout. 19th now under the dial. Scott Robinson is into the next round.
67 Chevy Nova, the 10-16 dial.
Garlock a little out of the groove as he launched. Trying to rip it out to the corner. Can't run him down. McNichol is into the next round. Getting set to run down to the quarter-mile mark, and Jason Gibson will get there first. And Vandeven red by 7th out. Two green lights. And quarter-mile. Bus couldn't make the pass. Mike Stewart is into the next round. But it was patient enough to get a green light. We'll see if he can follow it up with a win at the top end of the racetrack. And he does. Makes the pass by 6th out. Brian Ritchie is in round 2. Johnson out in front, trying to stay there, and he does. Mark Viscand was bested on the tree by 0.2 of a second.
Racing for Rad.
Well, that race may have been one of the starting line, and it is. John Tabak with a 001 light. Derek Schroeder was almost 0.2. And that puts John Tabak into the quarterfinals. Green lights a pair. Northgrave's trying to stay out or trying to get around Walter Johnson, but can't do it. Johnson was 0.30 on the tree and 006 off the dial. And at the quarter, Bobby Ehlers will be moving on to the next round. Veronica Hodgson could not make the pass. Lost that one on the tree by about 0.5 of a second. The malfunction, Albion Thailand and Acadian trying to get around Craig Johnson, but won't get there in time. Craig Johnson will stay in front and moves to the quarterfinals. 2-liter turbo motor was eliminated in round 1 of Sportsman, hoping for better luck in Pro. And a double breakout will give it the way of Klosky. Baskerville got there first, but went too quick under the dial. Cassie Tippy leaving first. Seeing if she can stay out in front with over a second handicap. Double breakout. Schwartz will make the pass and was the lesser offender. And Rich Dies will move on. Gillick unable to make the pass. Top end of the racetrack by just 0.02 of a second. The Willowbrook Chrysler Dart will make his run into the next round. Miskasek away first on the 13-19 dial from Motor in Canada with Thomas and the Mustang. Wells at the TNT Auto Malibu now in hot pursuit. Quarter mile. Oh, a breakout for Bill Wells. Got there by 8th thou first, but went under by half a tenth to do it. Piskasek is into round number 3. Attention to pits, tension in the pits. Super Pro, we need Super Pro to the lanes. Super Pro, we need you to the lanes for second round of elimination. Super Pro to the lanes. Roland Lowen went trip sip with a 5, red, and that gives it up for Grant Gordon into the next round. Bring up Eric Hansen in the Broadway Dart down to 13 seconds, and Eric Bertain already fully staged up in the Fairmont and off and away down to 1986. Hansen have to be a patient man. The last driver that Bertain went against, Redlit on the tree, Hansen did no such thing. We'll see if Bertain can keep it out in front at the quarter. He will not. Hansen makes the pass and is into the quarterfinals. Sean Langley and Rob Getz will be the next pair down track. Getz leaving first in the diesel pickup down to 1326. Sean Langley on hot pursuit down at 1160 in the Mustang. Double breakout. Sean Langley, the lesser offender, and the pickup truck will be going home. Gary Fawcett will move on, knocks out Nick Douglas. And a double breakout. Jason Gibson got there first, was 18th out under the dial, but Andy Hatton takes the win. Ritchie taking off after Nick Angelucci. Ripping out to the quarter mile. Double breakout. Brian Ritchie moves on. 006 under for Nick Angelucci, but Brian Ritchie was only 003 under. And Stewart turns on the red light. Dan Parsons will be into round number 3 and the quarterfinals. Scott Robinson will race Kevin McNichol. And the Chevy Nova getting out first. Now here comes the Beretta. And Kevin McNichol is going to be in to round number 3. Ripping after Craig Johnson, and a breakout for JB. We'll see Craig Johnson moving on to the next round. Next pairing up, Jared Brander and Dennis Winton. Oh, and a red light start for Winton by just 1/1000th of a second. Brabander will be into the second round. Warner up high with the wheels as he slams back down, trying to get around Rob Hodgson. Top end, double breakout. Hodgson was 11th out under, Warner only 3. Warner moves on to round 2. Husband and wife duo, one of them will go home in round 1. And they both have green lights. Quarter mile mark, Sylvia Hoogstens will knock out her husband from competition. Well, one reaction time, nothing to write home about, and sure enough, that'll easily go the way of Rob Monroe as Steve Wilson in the Mooch will be down. Wait for Hunter. Now trying to see if he can get around Hodgson and make that pass. chasing her down to the quarter-mile mark, and double breakout. Hodgson got there first, but Hunter will be the one to move on.
On a lead. 888 for a dial.
This time, it's no red light on the tree for a senior to end his day early. We'll see if he can follow it up with a win at the top end, but Benke's a tough cookie to beat, and he won't do it. Benke into round 2 by 18 thou. Pits, tension to the pits. Final call, super combo, final call. You're about to run, you need to be in the lanes yesterday. Final call, super combo. While rolling low on the Daryl Tippy gets set to fire down track as they'll run to the quarter-mile mark. And by 7 thou, rolling low and gets it. Was off the dial by only 7/10 thousandths. Does not get much better than that at the top end of the racetrack. Chris Stone and Barry Patterson, the next pair to fire down track. And Chris Stone is into round number 2 in Old Car Center Hot Rod. Taryn will not make the move around Jenna. And Jenna with a...
And with that, I'm going to hand the mic over to my good man Nolan here. So once again, Bubba Speed Shop Pro Bracket to the lanes.
Two green lights, and at the the 8th mile mark, Josephine goes under the dial by a 10th, and David is into round 2. And Riker in just behind. Joshua's away first, with Riker now in hot pursuit. A lot of wheel spin there, though, for Riker, and struggling to get off the line, and not going to be anywhere close, as Joshua runs that one out to the 8th and is into the 2nd round. To repeat that this afternoon, but has to best your defending champion, and this time, Hero to Zero was in the final round in race 1, will be knocked out on a red light in race 2. And a breakout for James at the top end by 900ths. We'll see Sophia to the 2nd round of competition. Red light start for Bentley. Adeline gets the freebie to round 2. Hunter T trying to run down Alex, and at the 8th, double breakout goes the way of Hunter Thompson. Green Brothers Racing and Global Containers out of 890. And at the 8th, 892 with a 1 at 70 miles an hour. We'll see Nate in around number 2. And Dallas goes red. Nash had a 4/10 of a second reaction time, but it won't matter because Dallas will turn on the red light. Both races away on green lights as Jack and Ashton run down track. And for the 8th mile mark, it'll be a breakout for Jack. Ashton is into the next round. And a double breakout. Adam Katnick. Adam's going to lose out to April, as April is going to be moving on into the next round. Owen and Hunter G will be the next pairing up, as Owen leaves the line first at the Battis Garage, found the tire machine. Hunter G will be in hot pursuit for the B-Dale Automotive Diversified Metalworks. Rocket Cody's painted by Rodrigo Milron Trucking Machine. And Hunter gets there first. Jackson turns on the red light, but it does not matter when you have the bye run in eliminations. And a double breakout will send it the way of Lincoln, the 2022 champion. Attention to the pits, attention to the pits. Sportsmen to the lanes to be laddered. That is sportsmen. We need you in the staging lanes to be laddered. To the 8th mile, McKenna goes. Both cars ripping down track to the 8th mile mark. And Nick will be able to hang out in front of CL. Chris Stone trying to knock out the Malibu wagon. And at the quarter, a double breakout gives it the way of Chris Stone. Greg Johnson was 200th under the dial. Stone only 1,000th under.
Away on green. Walter Johnson, 11:20 at 115. Both away on the green, and Lorenz breaks out. John Tebek
trying to go into the semifinals. Down to 10:51. And he'll do so on a double breakout.
Both away on the green. And Grant takes it away at 12:23. Away we go, and Brendan takes it away at 13:25.
And Craig Johnson is into the semis. Brian Ritchie is knocked out. Parsons runs it out with a 10.88 at 131 miles an hour. He'll be into the final. Two green lights. This is to see who faces off against Parsons in the final. And And it is a breakout by 1 thou for Kevin McNichol. Hackton's into the final round.
$26 thou red, but that's all right. You get away with that kind of stuff when you're all by yourself. Jacobson out front for now, but here comes Steve Lowe with all that mile per hour, and Steve Lowe is under the index, as is Jacobson, but by less. 2 weekends ago. In Super Pro. Trying to make it happen here this weekend in Super Combo. Check it out. Martin Rochelle dead 2 on the 1090 index. Normally be running a 1962 Bel Air 409 powered. Rich Graves in his El Camino. Well, a couple of horrible green lights, but one was definitely better than the other. And that would be the one of Rich Graves. It kind of worked. First pair here in Super Shifters, couple of blue Fords. Jamie Roth going around 2. Posnick turns it red by 13 thou. And over here in the tower lane, Keith Winterbottom dialed in at 970. Son Scott over there in the right lane working on a 950 dial. And it is Scott moving on. 965 on the 950, good enough. Uh-oh. Well, no. Wilf is green. So here comes John DePort in the Camaro. Well, Wilf gets to the finish line first, but to no avail. He's well under the 1477 dial with a 1433.
Oh, Chris Stone, red by 8 thou on the tree. Jerry Brabander was red by 3 thou, so 2 red lights for that one. A long wait ahead for Hunter, and he could not be patient enough. Sylvia Hoogstens is into the semifinals. Now the question is, will she race Roland Lowen in the Meteor or Jim Banky's Plymouth Barracuda? Double 04 red on the tree for Jim Banky. Roland Lowen and Sylvia Hoogstens will face off to see who will go into the final. Double breakout, Matt Warner will be moving on to the next round.
Joshua is away red. Away they go, and Jenna will take it at a 10.76, 66 miles an hour. And Sophia goes red. And the winner is Nate. Away we go, both on green. And Adeline takes it at an 8.95, 71 miles an hour. Both the way on the green. And April takes it away at 9:03. Hunter G, little breakout. Both away on the green. Isabella, 798 at 76 miles an hour. Both drivers away on green. And it will be Nick at an 8:06. Lincoln away on green. 793 at 81 miles an hour.
And green lights a pair. DePork and Roth firing down track for the BC McLeod Super Shifter semifinals. DePork will be stealing that one. He'll be moving into the final. Now will he face against Rich Graves in that El Camino, or Scott Winterbottom is ranked Rich's Top Shop Chevy 2? Oh boy, Scott Winterbottom is all over the place. That car looking lively, but still ripping with a lot of speed. Breaks out, and Rich Graves will fight John DePork for the Super Shifters win in the final. Martin Rochelle with the bye run in Lorca Auto Parts Super Combo for the semifinal round. He's going to get set to race against either Warren Jacobson or Dan Parsons.
Warren Jacobson takes it 1099.
Or Matt Warner in the final. Two green lights, top end. It is Roland Lowen by 0.02 of a second to best Sylvia Hoogstens. Now Warner trying to see if he can make that pass around Jerry Brabander. Well, he made the pass, but he went under by 18th thou in the process.
Tyler takes it at 11:19, 55 miles an hour. Both away on the green. Nate takes it away at 891. $12.98 to a $13.20. 1
1 foot for every 100th of a second is on the racetrack. And, well, Piscasek turns on the red light. Hansen v. Gordon in the Vancouver Car Wrap Sportsman Final. John Tabak trying to stay in front of Chris Stone. Double breakout, but it's Chris Stone who will take the win. And, well, that answers that. Walter John's going to break the beams and back out. He's just going to get the points. Bobby Ehlers with the free pass into the next round. Oh, and a red light start for Parsons. Went so far, but he'll be knocked out by Craig Johnson as Parsons went 17th out, red on the tree. And Andy Hatton going to simply break the beams, not looking to hurt the car on a bye run when he's got a freebie into the final.
Well, again, nobody's lights starting with a 0, but they're both green. Tom Turan passes them at about 700 feet, then goes 919 on the 858 dial.
Green lights a pair. First round of BC McLeod Super Shifters underway. As they duke it out for the final round. At the quarter, Rich Graves outlasts the Pork, and he takes the season opener for BC McLeod Super Shifters. Green lights a pair. Running down track. Rochelle was better on the tree, and he'll win it on a double breakout. Went 1088 on the 1090 index. Warren Jacobson went 1086. Two green lights. Bramander trying to run down Lowen for the final and hot rod for race 3. Double breakout. Roland Lowen takes the 55 Meteor into the winner's circle. And a red light start for your defending champion. Second week in a row. Tyler loses on a red light. Although this time at least he made it to the final instead of being knocked out in round 1. Jenna is your junior street winner for round 3.
Both way on green, and Nate takes it at an 895.
And Lincoln is your lightning winner as Isabella goes under the dial by just 8 thousandths of a second. Two green lights. As Gordon trying to run down Hansen for the pass into the Sportsman final. Top end. He gets around him, but breaks out in the process. Eric Hansen, your winner in Vancouver Car Wrap Sportsman. Green lights a pair. Whole shot on the tree goes the way of the Lord Colane. And a double breakout gives it back to Chris Stone. Only 2 thou under the mark. 10-11 with an H on the 10-12 dial. Bobby Ehlers was 0.03 of a second under. Green lights all around. Randy Hackton trying to chase down Craig Johnson. Doesn't get there in time. Craig Johnson, only 7th out off the dial. Double a 5 on the tree for an 0-12 package. Will take the win in Rad Torque Systems Super Pro.